Hey, everybody, we're here. Five for Talking. NHL edition. That's Caps. He's a nice guy. Sometimes he lives in the sky. All right, let's jump into this. We're going to talk about some hockey. Do you like hockey? I like hockey. All right, so let's start it off with some player stuff. Okay? I don't want to get you going too crazy. What are you squinting at? Okay, so Tyler Toffoli.
What a beast, man. 9 goals in 11 games. He's leading the Montreal Canadiens in points, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure. I want to point out
That team's just too good. That team's good, man.
This is a guy who's this is either his 9th or 10th season in the NHL. Okay, he's averaged for his career 18 goals a season. He already has 9 goals in a shortened season. Yep. He's on pace right now to get 40 goals. I mean, I think he has hit 30 once before, but I'm just saying for 18 goal average guy, that's pretty good. I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm sure they're happy about it.
It's the team, man. It's the overall that team is playing great.
Those 3 moves they made look like geniuses right now for Anderson, Toffoli, and Jake Allen. Is that his name? Jake Allen? Yeah.
But he hasn't been playing much, has he?
You know what? You're saying a lot of mean things. He helped. I mean, he's a backup goalie. They're saying they're the best duo in the NHL on one of those Leafs channels. I think it was Sportsnet in the period. Anyways, I'm done with Tyler Toffoli. Let's talk about Connor McDavid. Do you know him? Have you heard about this guy?
He's the best player in the league.
Yeah, second best. I mean, second best.
Behind who?
Me? Okay. He's the best player, man. Easy, hands down. Listen to this. Connor McDavid, 24 points. Okay? Everyone's freaking out about Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner has 17 points. Mitch Marner has 7 less points than Connor McDavid.
Who's freaking out about Mitch Marner?
All the Leaf fans. He's the best player in the world now. He has 17 points. Listen, this is all my point is. 17 points, and people are getting excited about that. This guy has 24 points right now. Okay? Him and Draisaitl together have more points than everyone combined on Anaheim. Isn't that crazy? 2 players have more points than an entire team.
This is for the last maybe 3-4 seasons. Those 2 have been at the top of the league, man. It's undeniable that more so Draisaitl just coming out of the shell and just becoming such an elite player. Those 2 are in a class of their own.
Man, just remember what I said to you.
And McDavid is once again solidifying himself as the best player in the league. And I think at this point he's better than Crosby. And
he's better than everyone.
Yep. He's just on another. He is just on another level.
There's only one player even remotely in his caliber right now, and that's McKinnon. And he's not showing it this season, this far at least. So
it's undeniable that it's McDavid because he's been showing it every single season. There hasn't been a season where he has not shown it. And the fact that McKinnon is not able to show it thus far just sets McDavid on a different...
Okay, so listen, some McDavid math.
Class.
McDavid math for the boys. He's on pace right now to have 112 points in 56 games.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's math. I don't care if it happens or not. It's just McDavid math.
All right, but it's not going to happen.
If they played a full 82 game this year at the pace that he's at, he would have 165 points.
That wouldn't happen either.
Just believe. Do you believe? Do you guys know this guy? What a doubter. Leave it in the comments below. So anyways, I'm going to go more with some stupid math because I like that you don't like it. JVR right now has 15 points. I'm pretty sure he's third or fourth in the NHL. Okay. JVR, 31-year-old JVR has eighth. Yeah, he has 15 points. So
okay, I guess he's tied for
yeah. He has 15 points, so that I'm gonna give him that. Okay, he's on pace to have 78 points this year at that rate of point getting. And if they play 82 games,
that's their English.
Yeah, not good. My rate of English is bad. If he had played 82 games, he'd have 111 points at that pace.
I don't think Van Riemsdyk?
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever gotten more than 80.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I think he got. Yeah. You're right. I think he got 79 was his highest. Either way, that's pretty crazy. No one expects that from JVR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's typically. I don't think he's ever really played a full season. Maybe with the exception of maybe one or two, because he's always been riddled by injury.
You're right on that. He does get injured pretty easily. Staying with the points, this is probably the last thing I have for that. Pastrnak came back, played 3 games. He already has 7 points. That guy is the most underappreciated elite player in the NHL.
And he could stay that way.
I know how you feel. Hey, but give it to him, man. Guy came back.
I respect Bergeron, because right now he's also tied for fourth with 15 points.
Yeah.
So I'll give him some respect, but whatever.
I'll take
whatever.
I
don't really have to say much for his line mates.
You know what? I don't like you, but I don't like Brad Marchand either. So that's fine. It's going into sort of a team thing here. Chicago right now is 4-4-4 with my Chicago hat. They're 4-4-4
without Taves.
They're playing a lot better than people thought they would. I mean, my question to you is, do you think they're potentially a squeaker for the playoffs? And I have some more stats.
Yeah, I can't really answer that question. It's way too early in the season. I can't. I mean,
are they playing better than you thought they would?
Yeah.
Because Patrick Kane right now has 15 points in 12 games with 6 goals, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think he would be able to. But he really never played with Taves, did he?
No, they were always a split-up duo as well.
Yeah. All on his own, he's able to perform. So I'm not surprised by his point production. But as a team, I'm kind of surprised. I don't even know who's been playing that for him.
Oh, good segue. I didn't even ask for that. So Kevin Lankinen is 4-1-3 with a .928 save average and a .232 goals against average. Where
That's really good.
In one of the weeks, his thing was under a low 1, his goals against average.
That's really good.
He's averaging 34 shots against the game.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I don't know if he's a rookie or if he's played a couple games before and this is like his first time like really starting. But
I'm not sure, but typically goalies are never really, they don't really start early. Once they
dwell,
get their career going in the NHL, they're like already in their late 20s.
Yeah, it's true. It's rare that you have a Marc-Andre. Yeah, it's rare that you have a Fleury or like a Price that starts right away or a Luongo.
Yeah.
There's usually one of those guys every couple of drafts. So, I don't know, Chicago, surprise. Florida still hasn't lost as of today, Friday night, February 5th.
And you were on their case like in the beginning of the season. You didn't think that they were going to do well at all.
No, because they lost everyone.
I agreed with you.
They lost everybody.
No, I agreed with you too. I didn't think that they were going to do jack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Jonathan Huberdeau has 12 points in 7 games. So, yeah. I mean, he was always the stud of that team. So,
I'm a little shocked.
I think a lot of issues there. I think Hoffman was a worse thing in the locker room than people thought. I mean, he's doing all right in St. Louis, right? That's where he went, St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, Florida, man, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised.
What are the other surprises?
Boston. Boston is way better than everyone thought, and they lost Chara and Krug, and they didn't have Pasternak for the first 7 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're second place in the NHL, I'm pretty sure.
Is Tampa in front of him?
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure the top 3, maybe this is, my brain is off, but I'm pretty sure it's Leafs, Boston, Montreal as the top 3 teams, and then Washington. It's all Eastern Conference teams.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And then it's Colorado. I know Colorado's like 5th. That's crazy. And Colorado made a nice comeback because they started off pretty rough to the year.
Yeah. I think the last time we talked, Montreal was like unbeaten too, and they've lost 2 games since. So things are starting to even out a little bit. You're starting to get a little bit of a grasp of who's good and who's not.
You're starting to get the curves. The curves that are flattening out. Like Minnesota is starting to look more realistic. The Islanders are like way at the bottom.
I was just going to bring them up right now. Are you surprised by the Islanders?
Yeah, we put that in our elite team. I wanted to put that in the Stanley Cup winner. Like I really believe in that team. I was not going to do that. That team on paper is so deep, like depth-wise, not like star players on both ends of the ice, and they have 2 good goalies.
Did we agree that the Rangers were going to do well this year? Like
no. We both put them in so-so, I think, or whatever the middle thing was. Above average. Which is... I think Lafreniere is a huge disappointment at the moment. I mean, I'm not going to judge him be so quick because it is first season in the NHL, and he does have so much expectations on his shoulders. But he does not look very good. In comparison to the other rookies that came in, and some of them also have really high expectations of them, are doing pretty well.
I'm going to give him a pass for this year.
I'll give him a pass, right? But I'm going to keep bringing it up. I'm not going to not talk about it.
No, absolutely. But
I
Aaron's
think,
still performing, so...
Yeah, they're having a bunch of issues in net in New York. They're having really huge defensive problems. They can't seem to score as well as they did last year with this almost the same team. And what's his name? D'Angelo? That guy's an absolute joke. And they were
much crap about that.
They were absolutely right for not letting him play. He's sitting in the taxi squad right now. Nobody picked him up off waivers. And apparently there's a couple teams interested in trading for him. There's like 3 teams that want him.
Really?
Yeah, and the Rangers are good. Will just want him gone. So good for them for manning up. It's crazy to see a guy who I have like personally, and I'm someone who watches a lot of hockey, and we research a lot of hockey to do this. Until this year, I didn't even know who that was. Like, I'm ashamed that I didn't know who he was. Or Fox. They have another guy, Fox. I didn't know who either of them were. But
I knew D'Angelo. I knew D'Angelo was like a decent player, but I didn't know like all this other stuff about him. So,
but yeah, he was off to a really good start in his career. He's still young. He got a big contract, and you go do some really dumb stuff. And I think the Rangers are so like forget about if they're dirtbags behind the scenes in the management, but that was such a bold move. Like, I think teams need to learn from that. Like, there was a lot of times where Evander Kane did really dumb stuff and teams still kept him. Like, there's players like that in the NHL. Like, look at what San Jose had to do for Evander Kane. They went to court and they're trying to they're getting sued by gambling agencies and casinos because this guy owes people so much money.
He filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah. And yeah, that's mental. But NHL, that's the way she goes. The last thing I wanted to talk about is there's 2 very glaring. Well, actually, okay, I got one more thing after this. There's 2 very glaring teams that are the worst, and we'll just say it's Detroit and Ottawa. I want to know, on your opinion, before I give mine, which one of them is in a better position?
Ottawa.
I mean, that was not hard, and I agree.
Because Ottawa already has their players. Now they just need to develop.
Yeah.
Detroit, I think, still needs to go through that transition. I mean, they brought a couple of veteran players in. You know what I mean? And it's not working out, so they're going to have to rebuild again. I have no doubt that Detroit's going to be fine in the next 5 years. With the way Steve Yzerman operates, I have no doubt that he's going to bring in a bunch of people that knows their stuff, and they're going to rebuild that team, man.
Well, two things.
Like he did with Tampa.
I think you were thinking of a different S word. And two, I disagree with you. I actually disagree with you.
Okay.
I think that let me explain. I think that Detroit is going to make the right moves over the next 5 years. I don't think they're going to be developed for at least more than 5 years, probably 7, because look at how long they've had guys like Tyler Bertuzzi and these young Manta and stuff, and none of them are really doing anything. They went out, and Ottawa went out and got the youth that they got, the draft picks, the guys they brought in, and they knew who they wanted, and they're all looking good. They already had a amount of depth and defense. They went and got a goalie. They made all the right moves this year. They brought in the right kind of veterans. They got rid of their salary caps, like all the waste. And Detroit's one of the teams that picked up one of their pieces, which was Ryan. I think outside of like the first and a couple players after that, Detroit has nothing on that team. Like their defense is a mess. They have a first line and then maybe like 2 more players, and then the rest of that team's a mess. They don't really have a good goalie. There's a lot that needs to happen there. And I think...
So what do we disagree on? The fact that they're going to take longer?
I think that I agree with you that that Yzerman is going to make the right moves over the next 5 years, but I think it's going to take longer before they're a good playoff team. They might be an 8th place team, but I don't consider that doing anything. You have to be able to at least qualify higher in a playoff spot or make it somewhere in the playoffs. Right? Like, you can make the argument against the Leafs that they don't go anywhere in the playoffs ever. Yeah, but at least every regular season they're somewhere in the top.
I think that's going to be different this year.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I have one last thing for you, and I just wanted to talk about it because I remembered it, and I like to bother you. Why do the Vancouver Canucks suck?
I think they gave away a lot more than what they got back afterwards. I think it wasn't until now how valuable Markstrom truly was.
I agree. That's what I was going to say.
That's it.
I don't think...
Just a goalie, man.
Holtby is having trouble staying 100%. I don't think Demko is who they thought he was, at least not yet.
Yeah.
Losing Tanev was a bigger blow than they thought. Losing Markstrom was a bigger blow than they thought. Toffoli left their team and is an absolute stud right now. And then you lost the depth piece in Levo, and I think there was somebody else that doesn't help. And they didn't really gain anybody back to fill these positions. Pettersson is not playing very well. I mean, Brock Besser stepped up, but
that is playing well, but
yeah, you need to.
Not enough.
Pettersson's your star. He needs to be playing at full power.
Yeah. But when you look at Calgary, I mean, Markstrom's playing all right, but it seems as though the rest of the team is not playing that great, because right now they only got 9 points in 10 games. They're behind Vancouver. You know, then again, Vancouver's played 14 games, so
Calgary is kind of leafing right now. That's the term that I made. I don't think they have as good of quality of pieces as the Leafs did, but they can't seem to figure out where to put the pieces. They have pieces, they just don't know how to do it.
No.
Like Gaudreau was your star player last year, all the way up until last year, and now all of a sudden they're giving him second line minutes, third line minutes, which is really strange to me. And I don't know if it's something he did or
they're not able to replicate what they did 3 years ago.
Yeah,
when they had an awesome Calgary team. And
I mean, they've been pretty solid
was
for
on
the last 5.
fire. He just hasn't been the same player since then.
Well, Giordano aged. They lost Brody. So, I mean, you got reasons, but whatever. That's all I have. You have anything? All right, go Leafs. 5 for talking. Like, comment, subscribe. Wave at Caps. He's a nice guy. Subscribe!